Hi friends, welcome back. It's Chala. Today we are working on our altered book journal again. And so this is kind of part two. So part one, we got the book all ready. We've ripped out our pages, prepared what we want to be our pockets. And I did some writing pages as well. So yeah, let's get to decorating. I have pulled out, I don't think I'm going to be using any digitals for this. I'm just going to be using scrapbook paper. And in particular, I have this one, Mosaic Memories paper pad. This is a very old paper pack from Michael's Recollections, and it is a very thin scrapbook paper. So like almost thinner than copy paper, to tell you the truth, which is going to work really well for this journal because I don't want it to be too bulky. Now, having said that, I noticed that in here I do have some mix of other scrapbook papers that aren't from this particular kit, but they are the same weight and kind of color palette. So I think they're going to work really well throughout this journal. I don't really have, I think this is just going to kind of be maybe like a vintage grunge journal. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have a theme or a style kind of in mind for this. I just kind of want to go with the flow on this one, if that makes sense, and just kind of use up some of these papers. I have a poop ton of scrapbook papers that I need to use up because yeah, I'm just looking over at my shelf and there's a lot. So let's get started. Now, I know that our first instinct is going to be start at page 1. No, I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I don't want it to feel too, I don't know. I can't really think of the words. Sorry guys, but I kind of want to jump back and forth throughout it. I don't want it to feel like too much of a process to go through, and I don't want to be like daunted with like, oh, I'm only halfway through the book, right? So I'm going to kind of jump back and forth, and I think that will also help me kind of keep the book balanced in terms of what's going on, because I feel like I could, maybe start out in one way and then end up in another way, and I just want it to be dispersed nicely throughout the book. Hopefully that makes sense. Words are all of a sudden apparently hard for me. So yes, so I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to let fate tell me where to start. So I'm going to open up the book, gonna let it go. And this is kind of where it stopped, where I kind of grabbed. Let's start on this one. So this is kind of a layered pocket. I'm going to bring my book weight out just to kind of help here. And let's just go ahead and randomly pick some paper. Flip, flip, flip. I'll do a flip, flip, stop type thing. So flipping, 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 stop. Okay, we're going to use this yellow paper. Is it the same here? Okay, so we'll use this one. And, sorry, this is a lot. Oh, things dropping harder than I thought here. Okay, so we're going to use some of this. Okay, and because this is a layered pocket, we're going to need a couple different colors. So what else would go good with kind of that yellow? Maybe, what do we have here? I guess maybe that red. We could do that red. What else am I thinking here? Ooh, that's pretty. Little bit of wood. What do I want? So I'm just kind of going through the papers and seeing what I feel like matching up with that. Let's do that. And actually, I kind of like this darker color too. So let's start with that. Put all this to the side. Oh, it's going to feel good to use up. Ooh, craft lunch. Sorry, guys. I'll pick that up later. Okay, let's use this. And okay, so this is a shorter piece. I must have cut some off of that at some point. But that's okay. We're still going to have enough. All right. decorating this pocket first. And I want to start at the back. So this is going to be the back piece. We don't need to cover it all the way through, but we do need to make sure that it's going to go lower than this pencil mark. Okay, so again, just all we're doing, I'm going to use the dark color for this. We're just simply covering the pages. Okay, that looks pretty good there. And see how much we want. Maybe about there. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit longer than I think, just in case. All right, try and line this up on our grid mat. I hope you're all doing well and that you're in your crafty spaces, creating something beautiful. Let me know down below if you are going to be following along with me in this process. Okay, so just rip that. Bring this back, and now kind of have a lot of thoughts running through my head. Do I want sewing in this journal? I don't have to. Sometimes it might be nice to add some sewing, which can get a little difficult. I'd have to do a little bit of pre-planning. I'm not going to be able to get the book underneath my sewing machine. So if I do want to sew, I would have to sew before I glue. So I think I could also hand stitch too. That's also an option if I wanted to add sewing. I'm just going to glue. I'll glue for now, and then if I want to add something later, I will. But let's first figure out where to trim this down. So I'm just lining this up with my paper here. I'm not sure I'm doing the best job here, but just to get an idea of how much I need to trim off the bottom. Okay, this is not going my way. What am I doing here? Let's make this a little bit easier in my life. Line it up here on this side, just so I can get a pencil mark of where to trim it. Like that. Okay, so grab my little trimmer, and we will just simply trim this off right about there. Did I get the line? Oh, I cut right on that pencil mark. That's awesome. I love it when that happens. This is also a really great project if you have scrap papers, extra papers laying around. You can totally collage as well. But for this to start off with, I'm just going to start off simple. And I'm also going to grab some of our extra book pages that we ripped out, just so I can use them kind of as a bit of protection on the pages underneath. I don't want to glue anything that's not supposed to be glued. I'll use good old Oohoo glue stick. You use whatever glue makes you happy, that you like to use. So yes, okay. More glue pages would be ideal. Okay. I feel like I need a bigger area on my desk. I should have done a bit of a cleanup and organization, but I was just too excited to get started here. Okay. Try and make sure you're getting your glue to the edges, especially because this is a pocket. We're going to be putting things, taking things in and out. Okay. Now, put that underneath just so. Now, if you're using art glitter glue, you do not have a lot of wiggle room time. So that is why I am using, I got fallen all over here. Why I am using Oohoo glue, it's going to give me more time to line my papers up. I do want that ability to have that. Okay, you will go about there. Hopefully, this is going to glue down nicely. I don't know, I feel kind of all thumbs right now. I'm not sure what's going on here, but. Okay, so we have this, and then these are the other pages. All right, so I didn't get it perfectly on the edges. Always peel it up and try again. Ooh, it is starting to stick though. It is starting to stick. Okay. It's okay. I just need to do a better job of this. I'm not liking that. Not liking the first pass of gluing that down. So we'll just start again. Okay. Maybe turn it like this. Yeah. This might be the better way. It is a little hard to work in a book that's like this. Like usually when I work on pages, they're not necessarily bound in already, but okay. Let's try this again. Line it up at that corner. That. Line it up at this corner, and then hopefully the rest will lay down neatly. Okay, I know I measured this. What's going on here? Come on. Work with me, little piece of paper. Well, this isn't a very good start. There we go. Okay, that's better. Just push that down. And then I can trim up anything that's hanging over. That'll be fine. Okay, so for the next pocket, I do like having this kind of folded over for structure to give that a little bit, but I also kind of like the ripped edge look. I'll let this dry. I might actually rip edge this. What do we want to do? Yeah, let's just, I think I do. I want to go with kind of the ripped edge look on this one. So for this, I'm going to cover it with paper and then rip it. Let's use this one. And now you don't have to go right edge to edge. You can leave a border if you want. I'm going to try and, on this one, we don't have to go all the way either. We just need a strip really, right? Okay, let's make our pencil mark to figure out how far down we need to go. To at least there. So then I will grab my ruler again and we'll just rip it just a little bit more than we need. Like that. And then actually let's just use this and rip it like this. There we go. Put that in my paper stash or my scrappy stash. And then we will, I think I'll just hold this here and glue it. Oh, I have more than I needed, so back off a bit on that. And we will glue. Okay. I'm going to use my art glitter glue just under here. Just to make sure that it's not going to lift. All right. Make sure we put our pin back in because we all know how art glitter glue behaves. I like that. And then we're going to have this guy like this, but then these are going to be ripped and inked. So our last one is this little bit of yellow. Try and tuck that in as much as I can. I'm going to pull it down just a bit so I can see the edge of the page so I know where to rip. And what did I do with my ruler? There we go. Maybe about there. Like that. Try and tuck it into that page. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just covering it as much as we can. Put this in here and rip that off. Okay. Oh, I like that. I think that is kind of pretty together. So we'll go ahead and glue this down. That might be the end of that glue stick, is it? Yeah. Start a new one. There we go. And try and tuck that up as much as I can. And down here. I think this is going to be kind of like a fun and freeing project. Sometimes I find when I work on journals, I get not bored, but maybe just overwhelmed is what I'm kind of, the word I'm trying to go with. It gets to be like when you do themed journals, it's just too much of a theme for me, if that makes sense. Sometimes I just kind of want to go with the flow and everything doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. So yeah, maybe this will really be kind of my this and that journal. Kind of whatever I'm feeling at the time. I'm not going to go with a theme. I'm just going to go artistically what feels right in the moment. Okay, so I do have some trimming that I need to do. As you can see right here, I have a little bit of hangover. And so I'm just going to grab these nice long blade scissors like this. Now my scissors, these are actually from the dollar store. They're called Haute Couture. They're stainless steel. These as well, dollar store scissors. They're actually like my favorite scissors. I also have the Cutter Bee for my fussy cutting. I like those ones. And then I have these cute little ones that I think I got these off of Temu or something, but I like these as well for fussy cutting. So you don't have to buy the expensive scissors. I do have a pair of the Tim Holtz serrated scissors. They're actually not my favorite, to tell you the truth. Although I have seen his new, what do you call them? The kind of bounce backs fussy cutting scissors. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. Those kind of intrigue me. I think his fussy cutting scissors. I don't know. I think I'm just going to stick with what I have. It's working. I don't need anything, need to spend money on anything fancy. Just use what you have. Okay, so I'm hoping that is going to be dried enough that I can tear. Is this going to be long enough? No, but we can still make it work. And this is going to be a little bit difficult because there isn't a lot to grab to tear. So I could use that one, or I do have my other tear ruler. I haven't used this one in a long time because it is buried in my drawer. Here, you. Yeah, this is, yeah, We Are Memory Keepers Tear Guide. This was a set of 3. I broke this one. Broke right there. I just used some packing tape. Still works. Okay, let's use this. Now, I need to grab enough that it will tear, but not too much. I think this is about 1/4 of an inch. I think we can make this work. Just tear that up in little pulls. Not going to try and expect to rip it all in one go. Okay. Ooh, and I kind of like that it has that little bit of core showing, or that like white core showing through, because when we ink that, that's going to look nice. Let's do the same thing with our next pockets. Now this, right, we folded it over, so I'll have a little bit more to grab for this one. This one is going to be about 1/8 of an inch, maybe even 1/16. Okay, what's going on here? That thing's popping up all over. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and, ooh, yeah, see, that's not quite, back off just a little bit, not quite dry enough, maybe, I don't know. That did not work the way I wanted it to. Okay, try again. Everything is fixable. Come on. Say that, but why are you being rude and not tearing for me? Honestly, I don't like that. What's going on? What if I tore it from this side? Would that work any better? I don't know. I know not. That, in theory, should have worked a lot better than it did, but... Okay, we'll try this. Little bits, little bits. Just a little bit more up here. Let's see how that worked. It's okay. Don't like that little bit there, though. Yeah, that's okay. All right, and then this one. And this one is coming up just right about here. Let's use some art glitter glue to glue that. We're going to end up tearing it as well, but okay. And this one again, I had folded that over. We could have glued this down to give it more structure, but I think it'll be okay because we have glued this extra piece of paper on it. I think it'll be fine. All right, on this one, I'm going to do a better job. I am going to grab it right about there. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we've got some book page showing through. Mostly because I had my tear ruler upside down, so I wasn't getting a good tear. I'm a hot mess today, you guys. What's going on? Thank goodness these are junk journals, because this is definitely not perfect. Okay, I quite like that. So the next thing I want to do is ink. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to fast forward this, cut it out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So the edges have all been inked up. I just used my, what is this, Vintage Photo Distress ink. Use whatever ink you like. And now we're going to go ahead and glue these so they are little tuck pockets. I'll use art glitter glue for that. And we'll just run it along the edges. Just like that. Again, just trying to make sure they line up at the top and bottom. And then this guy. Just like that. Okay, I do want to do some decorating on this pocket. And I haven't used my little Tim Holtz people in a while, so I thought we would play around with them. Feel like something along here. I could do little notches. I don't think I'm going to. I think people will stick some stuff in there. They'll be able to tell that it's a pocket. Make sure that sticks down. Okay, what do we have for some Tim Holtz people? Kind of see what I can grab out of here. Could use somebody, ooh, I like her. She's kind of fairly tall. And we need something behind her, something to kind of ground her. These two going to be, yeah, just maybe a titch too wide, those guys. Ooh, what about this guy? He could be leaning on something. Ooh, look at this pretty lady. That's kind of cool. What else do we have? I feel like a lady. I feel like it needs to be a lady, only because of the flowers. I'm kind of getting lady vibes from that. This lady's sitting. And I think I want some words. I took my words out as well, my Tim Holtz and other little words. I'll show you that in a minute. I don't know, what am I feeling? Let's see. I kind of like this lady. Yeah, I'm going to go with her. Let's push you guys off to the side. Now we need something to ground her and something in the background. Dictionary page is always good. What do we want? What do we want? What else do I have in here? I'm just looking through my scrap pieces. Ooh, we could do a little bit of a, this is a waxed doily. How would that look? Okay, that's kind of cool. I might use a piece of that, but it definitely needs something else behind it. Let's rip a little bit of this off. Yes. So that could stick out like that. I'd be fine with that, but it needs something else behind it. Just kind of put this behind here just to see if that text would show through. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. Have some numbers. What about that? I don't know. I mean, we could put this all the way over and glue this so that it kind of, I mean, there's a tuck here, but that kind of stops. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, not sold on that. Oh, she needs to have her little arm thingy popped out. Okay, what else do we have? Needs to kind of go with those colors. There's some painty papers. That's actually not bad. Just have a little bit of color underneath. Maybe like that. Just some color underneath. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Okay, so if we're going to put her kind of there, and I'm going to rip this, maybe like that. Okay, let's just glue that down. I don't know, we're just kind of going with the flow and having fun, guys. Again, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to look like a masterpiece. Just layering bits up. Maybe just a little bit of ink. A little bit of ink there. And then because we're working with some little tight constraints here, I want to make sure all these little bits are glued down nicely. Nothing's going to lift because it is on a pocket. Okay. Then we can have that, like that. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Okay, glue this down. This is kind of where it's nice to have this fine tip on the art glitter glue. You're working with doilies and such. Okay, that'll go about there. And this lady, just in case there's some white edges here, we'll kind of tone those down with the ink. And then she will go on there. And what kind of words or phrases do we want for her? We'll look through our books here. So what do I have? I have Big Chat, Tim Holtz Ideology. I have 2 of the snarky sentiments. That might be fun. I have this. This is from AliExpress or Temu. Some words there. And then this is from the dollar store, I think. Fun in the Sun. I don't think we're going to use that. Ooh, Judy Craft, Junk Journal Sentiments. Okay, those could be fun too. All right, what are we feeling? What is she telling me? Other than she needs to be glued down a little bit more right there. I feel like her name could be like Isabella. Let's call her Isabella. Isabella needs some phrases right here. Now, these are a little bit small. What about snarky comments? Oh, what about this? These ones are a little bit bigger. Never give up. You can never have too much happy. Be brave. Live simply. Give generously. Creativity takes courage. What are you feeling, Isabella? What sort of sentiments are we feeling for you? Let's open this up. Get a better feel for what's going on in here. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. What seems ordinary is often the extraordinary. I kind of like that. Is there any darker ones? Maybe. Kind of like that. Believe in yourself. Today is full of possibilities. Let's try that. Okay. Believe in yourself. Now we need to figure out how we're going to, oh, that is just one thing, saying believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I thought it was like a longer sentiment. I mean, I could still use it. I don't know. I don't know. Why am I stuck on this one, you guys? Okay, I am rethinking things. Let's try Big Chat, maybe. Maybe there's something in here. Memories. I feel like it might need more here too. I'm not sure. I should have put a ticket, maybe something back there. Can still do that. What am I feeling? Gosh, I don't know, you guys. Okay, let's try snarky. Maybe I'm feeling snarky. Common sense is so rare these days. Okay, these ones are, okay, yeah, we need single line ones. My favorite thing to make for dinner is reservations. Relax, we're all crazy. It's not a competition. That's kind of funny. Marry someone who can cook. Looks fade, hunger doesn't. I smell old people. Oh wait, that's you. I could give up chocolate, but I'm not a quitter. I have absolutely no desire to fit in. I kind of like that. I have absolutely no desire to fit in. That is me. I literally have no desire to fit in with the masses. I like to stand out, be weird, do my own thing. So we'll cut this down. And let's cut it. I have absolutely no desire. Let's do I have absolutely right there. If I can hold my hand steady to cut it. Okay. And then cut it on this side. Okay, so I have absolutely, and then we'll do no desire right there, and then to fit in. Okay. Now, let's kind of lay this out. I have absolutely no desire to fit in. Do I like that? Yeah, let's just go with that. Okay. My friend, where are you? There you are. Reverse tweezers to the rescue with these little things. Just like that. Ooh, that might be a little too much. That's okay. So I have absolutely right there. And then this part. Okay, well, we might not have gotten as many pages done as I wanted to today, but that's okay. We're going to take it slow. We're not going to rush this. No desire. And to fit in. And I think she definitely needs a little more something something. Right there. Might not be straight, but that's okay. Yeah, I feel like something here. I'm going to find my tickets. Oh, craft lounge again. Da, 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 da. Where are my tickets? What do we have in here that might get this yellow one? Maybe a green one. Do we have a green one? Thought for sure I had cut out some green ones. I have that Disney one. I've been saving that one. What's this? Nope, not green. We have this kind of blue one. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's just do it. Maybe a little bit of ink. Actually, I have my little, what is this? My crocodile corner chomper. This one has a little ticket stub thing on it, and I think I want to, how does this work? I think this pops open something. There we go. Yeah, let's put this in here. Does that fit in there? How does that work? Come on now. What am I doing wrong here? I might be a little too tired for this. Come on. You're supposed to go in there, aren't you? Right, because that punch is there. What's going on? Why does this not want to? Oh, I see. Duh, it's on the corner. Oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. I wanted it in the middle. If that's the case, if you want it in the little hole in the middle, then, Chala, you have to choose a different tool for that. You have to choose your tiny little circle punch. And where is your tiny circle punch? Probably in the drawer over here, maybe. Is this the tiny one? It is not the tiny one. It's not the tiny one I want. Where did it go? Oh my goodness, I really need to clean up my craft room. There it is. I found you. Yes, I'm going to use this little circle, but because this paper is thin, it will give me some difficulties. So I'm going to use the scrap piece. And if you cut two pieces at the same time, it should cut nicer. So just like a little notch. Is that going to work? Yeah, that'll be good enough. Okay, that was a lot. And we will ink that up a bit. And then we'll just glue that down. And then we've kind of got our pocket done. I mean, not too terrible. That still fit underneath. No, I think I want it over top, actually. I think it's fine over top. I really need to clean the tip of this glue. It's gotten all grungy on me. Okay, I feel like more here. Don't want it lifting. There. Okay. So we've got one pocket page done in our altered book journal. There we go. It's cute. We can make some journal cards and tags and stuff to put in there. And then we'll also have to, I want to let it dry just a little bit longer. So our pages are bumpy. They're going to be. That's okay. It's going to make our book look cool. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm liking this. So then we'll have to cover this back piece. Probably should have done that before I glued. Actually, I'm thinking, do I want to cover this or do I want to just gesso it so that we could have it as writing? I think I'm going to go ahead and gesso this, you guys. So let's quickly do that. I need a little clip just to hold the corner. And I'm going to put that there. Okay, I'm going to grab my gesso. And we'll just quickly put a layer on that, and then it can dry. And it'll be done for the next time we come back. The gesso that I'm using is just a white gesso from Michael's or whatever, I think it is. Yeah, it's got to be Michael's because it's an artist loft. Nothing really special. You can also use watered down white acrylic paint to do this. But then that way I can cover it later if I want to, or if I want to leave it, it's ready to go. It can just be written on if it needs to be. I need a cloth of some sort to wipe off my brush. There we go. I also kind of want to incorporate some fabric into this as well, because I have lots of fabric. What am I looking for? Right. Okay. Let's take some of this. And we'll just kind of go over. Nothing special, guys. I'm just putting it on. And then once this is dry, I'll go ahead and ink around as well. And then we can do some collaging on this, maybe put a cluster or something on there. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to do with this? Right now we are just adding some gesso just to tone down that text and prepare it for whatever we want to do. So this is really just going to be kind of a really easygoing project, you guys. There might not be a lot of ephemera pieces that we're making right off the bat with it, but it's just, yeah, it's just going to be fun, I think. Really kind of a creative expression. A little something different than what we normally do, and that's okay. Yeah, see how that really kind of toned that down? I mean, we can do it as thick or as light as we want. I might actually come back maybe with some watercolors. I don't know. I am just not going to really limit myself in this one. I'm going to go crazy in whatever direction my heart wants to take me in. Okay, so we'll just leave this to dry. And then, yeah, we'll come back on another video and flip to a new page and just kind of go from there. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Again, if you are following along with an altered book, let me know down below if there's something specific you want to see. Please go ahead and let me know. There was someone who asked for an envelope tutorial of one of the envelopes I did. I am going to get to that. I'll kind of disperse things throughout this project as well, because if you're not into an altered book, I do want to kind of continue with some projects as well that like interdisperse so that you guys are able to keep interest as well. So, okay, guys, I thank you so much for joining me for today's video. We will see you on the next one. And remember, P.S. I love you.